Okay, so a couple days ago I uploaded a video trying to predict the kit in vigorous detail for the next champion in League of Legends. And today that champion got revealed. Kha'zix, the Daughter of the Void. I have no idea what this champion's kit is, and I'm about to click on the champion reveal and see how close I got with my predictions. I'm expecting them to be maybe kind of accurate in the themes, but the specifics are probably super off since I completely made them up based off what I thought Riot could do with this champion concept. So how I'm going to rate this is that I only predicted the kit. I didn't predict any of the champions like visuals or lore or anything. So I'm going to do this on a scale from 1 to 10. 2 points for each ability. If I get the ability right in some aspect, I'll give myself 1 point. If I get the ability right like almost 100% completely besides some numbers and name changes, I will give myself 2 points. And we will rate this for all 5 of the abilities, 1 to 10. Let's go. Let's see what this champion's kit is. I'm super excited to find out, regardless if I'm right or not with my predictions. Passive, Second Skin. Kha'zix's basic attacks mark an enemy. I had a mark. That gives me a point. She marked an enemy with plasma, dealing increased bonus magic damage. After a few successive attacks, the plasma ruptures for a burst of damage based off the target's missing health. I had that too. This is my exact W concept, except not magic damage, and I had armor penetration in there, but same thing. Marks in a burst of target missing health damage. Nearby allies immobilizing effects. Add stacks of plasma. I didn't see that coming. That's kind of similar to Swain, actually. Living Weapon. Kha'zix's symbiotic suit adapts to her chosen attack style, evolving her abilities based on permanent stats gained from item shops and experience level. So maybe if you build AP, she'll become an AP champion, and if you build AD, she becomes AD. I don't know. I'm really glad I got the wounds right. Even if it's on a different ability, that's fine. I can't predict exactly what key or what it'll be on, but I'm so glad I actually had a passive that was the same thing. Jesus. Okay, let's see how it works. See if it's how I imagined it. One. It's 4 stacks too! I imagined it'd be 4 stacks. That's exactly how I imagined it. Holy shit. Okay, I got one right. Oh my god, I didn't expect that. Okay. Kha'zix releases a swarm of missiles evenly distributed amongst enemies, with additional hits on the same target dealing slightly reduced damage with enough bonus attack damage. Arcane Rain fires significantly more missiles. So is this a shotgun type thing, kind of like Swain? Releases a swarm evenly distributed among nearby enemies. Additional hits on the same. Oh, so it does only more damage if it's a one target nearby. And then it increases attack speed based off attack damage. Oh, so you won't need to build AD on her. I mean, attack speed on her. It's gonna kind of be like Urgot's W, where it's like the attack speed's already there for you. Except, obviously, this scales off AD. So kind of like a reverse Jhin passive, in a way. Okay, I probably should have actually watched the video before I commented on what I thought it was. Okay, so I got that one completely wrong. Voidseeker. Fires a beam of void energy, revealing the first enemy hit, dealing magic damage and applying a stack of plasma. With enough ability power, Voidseeker deals more damage and partially fronts a cooldown on champion hit. Oh, so some of the abilities will be geared towards AP and some will be geared towards AD. Oh, that's really cool how they're designing the champ to be, like, built in 2 different ways. Or maybe we'll build our hybrid. Let's actually watch what this is, though, before I comment further. Boom. So just really long range beam. Apply stacks of plasma. 3 stacks? Damn. Okay, that's a really cool ability. I love how they're I love the living weapon passive so much. Not the one I got right, but the AP or AD scaling one. That's really cool. Okay, E. Here's the dash. Kha'zix charges up a dash, briefly increasing her movement speed, but losing the ability to attack. I guess this is kind of similar to my ult concept. After charging up, Kha'zix whips out the big guns to increase her attack speed for a few seconds. I had this. Basic attacks reduce supercharges cooldown. So I had reducing cooldown, I had increasing attack speed, I just didn't have losing the ability to attack. Let's watch the video before I comment further. Oh, she becomes invisible. Does she become invisible? Charges up, briefly increasing her movement speed, but losing the ability to attack. It looks like she becomes invisible during it, though. Wait. With enough bonus attack speed. Okay. So it's kind of like a mix of my alt. It's so weird. I had the same type of dodge ability I had in her alt that lasts longer, but this is like the same type of concept where like you go invisible and it's not a dash, but it's a burst of movement speed. I'll give myself 1 point because it isn't the exact ability that I said. Mine is kind of more janky. It's just more, it's like a more elegant design of what I was trying to put into the kit with the ultimate and I guess the Q to an extent. Just a more elegant design. And obviously it's not based around the void rips. That was kind of like a long shot for me. I just wanted to put something like that in the kit because I always thought like the concept of creating like terrain differences through basic attacks was cool. So I just want to add it into the kit, but I'm kind of glad that this is kind of shaping up to some of the design aspects I had in my champion concept. Obviously there's some differences, like the living weapon passive is something I completely didn't predict at all. But everything else kind of about the playstyle was really close, which I guess I can't credit myself too much. Because Riot did say it was like an assassin-like champ like Vayne, and anyone could make up a kit that kind of goes towards that playstyle. But I'm really glad I got the passive and this kind of correct, this E. Okay, now the alt. Let's see if I can redeem myself in these predictions, because so far I'm kind of doing good, but not too well in the basic abilities. Kai'Sa dashes at extremely high speed with long range to a location near an enemy champion, marked with plasma. Briefly gains a damage-absorbing shield. Okay, I wanted to predict a shield in the kit. I almost put it in the kit while I was trying to design it in my prediction. But I decided not to because, as I said in the video, specifically, I wanted to try and add defense to the champion, but not through traditional means, because I didn't want another, like, Urgot or Graves situation, where it's just like, oh, you get defense from your passive, making the enemies deal less damage to you, or from your W shield, or from your Graves passive, where you just get armor and magic resist for free. I wanted something a little different, so I decided to go with the Void Entanglement ability instead, and then trying to like dodge around with the alt and stuff like that. I guess a shield works too, and kind of goes towards my playstyle a bit. Oh damn. Okay, I didn't expect that at all. Oh. Ooh, that's so nice. I like how she kind of is kind of like a kha'zix and how she jumps around and she's ready to pounce on people. I think this might be my favorite ADC. Honestly, this gameplay style seems really fun, and yeah, I'm really digging this champion. I kind of like my concept better just because I made it, but I feel like this one was actually play tested and well designed by an actual team at a game company, so I think this might end up being better. I don't know if this is going to be exactly like old Urgot and Graves in terms of bringing back that playstyle. Maybe this is kind of more its own thing, but either way, I'm pretty happy with this. I got the passive ability completely correct. I'm so glad I got that right, because that's exactly how I imagined it, except you activate it to trigger the missing health instead of just having it trigger on the fourth passive. So it was basically the exact same thing that I predicted, so I'm very glad that I have an exact ability prediction. I thought my W was the least likely thing to get into the kit, honestly. I thought it was the least likely thing, but I guess I based off the teaser where it like executed Rift Herald, and I was like, oh, that must be a missing health ability, and it doesn't look like a skill shot, and you can't just throw out missing health abilities. I doubt it's on the basic attack, so probably some sort of 1, 2, 3 passive, you know? But I got that exactly correct. Everything else, yeah, I didn't get the Q, I didn't get the W at all. The R, let's be honest, I didn't get that either. But the E had a lot of eerily similar things to what I thought would be in the champion. Like, the way the E works is exactly how well, the enhanced E when you have the invisibility is exactly how I imagine my ult would work in the concept, where it's just like you're dodging out of the way and stuff. But anyways, my prediction is completely out the window. The new champ has been revealed. What do you guys think about it? I'm pretty happy with this kit overall. I have to play it on PBE, but I'm really excited to play it. And while I'm here reacting, even though it's not relevant to my predictions at all since it was just kit predictions, let's just read the rest of this and see what's up. As Kai'Sa, you're a threat that's never far, hunting down would-be killers and diving into danger to emerge the sole survivor. Track and tag isolated enemies with a Voidseeker, then follow up with your ultimate and a merciless Arcane Rain for a quick kill. On the off chance they survive the initial onslaught, a supercharger will keep you in range for a rapid fire takedown. In teamfights, strike at blinding speed with your killer instinct, positioning Kai'Sa at the optimal angle to avoid pesky crowd control and shot blocking front lines. That carry in the back no one can get to? Kai'Sa can, but you'd better be ready to fight your way out once you're in deep. So I kind of like how this champion is less like auto attack and DPS based, and I guess more burst based off that paragraph. Okay, let's see. Holy. Wait, this playstyle. Holy, that ult, dude. That ult is insane, and I like how it looks, too. It's like a fucking instant leap. Okay. So, this champion actually does play super similar. If you saw my, like, fake gameplay demo in my prediction video with Jinx, it was all about, like, dashing in, getting in, like, super close to melee range, doing a bunch of damage, and then dashing out. Obviously, the damage isn't based off the range, but you can afford to get super close with your ultimate. Your ultimate basically gets you in almost melee range with the shield. Oh my god, this champion looks so fun. I'm not a huge fan of her design. Just personally, I like the things on her backs and like all the extra voidy shit, but I'm not a huge fan of her face and her body armor in general, not because it's a bad design, but just because I feel like if you've been in the void for so long, just living there, like growing up there, gaining all these powers and fighting void monsters, you probably would look more corrupted by the void and look less like a normal human woman, because Kassadin just tipped his toes in the void. I'm not super familiar with the lore, but I'm pretty sure Kassadin wasn't in the void for that long, and now he's already slowly dying with a mask like covering his face, and he's like super corrupt. She looks pretty corrupt, but all of the stuff looks like willing add-ons rather than like actually I got fucked up by the void. I'd rather have her face be like more deformed and kind of looking like a half rek'sai type face or whatever. Like, I guess she kind of has her mask in that teaser video that came out for the champion, and that is probably what I would have preferred her design to be from the get-go without just the normal human face, but, you know, whatever. It's not a huge deal. It's just that I feel like it makes more sense for her to look more like a corrupted void creature. Watch out for enemies wandering around without backup. You can also keep an eye out for allies already in combat. If they can immobilize and mark the enemy with plasma, Killer Instinct is a free ticket to a fast kill. Oh, that's so cool! So if they CC them, she'll be able to dash right to them from so long range. Oh my god. This is actually going to be so good for, like, roaming. I think this might be a good mid lane champion too, if she can work in mid lane. Or maybe even potentially in the jungle, but I feel like that'd be like way too weird. But if she can dash from such a far range, she could use it as like a roaming tool if people are actually able to CC the champion. And it'll also help her get to team fights faster if you're trying to like still push and farm bot lane. Especially for those retard ADCs who don't like to group, you know. Good get out of jail free card for that stupidity. Living Weapon turns key item purchases into serious power spikes, so don't hesitate to pick fights. Kai'Sa's adaptions work best when you recall and roam. So roaming's good on her. Great. I love roaming champions. I'm a jungle main, so obviously I would. And my only two mid laners that I play are Galio and Aurelion Sol. I wonder why. You evolve that vicious new Void enhancement to farm champions, not minions. Oh boy. While Arcane Rain... Oh, Icathian. My bad. I've been saying Arcanian. My bad. While Icathian Rain can annihilate an enemy isolated enough to take full damage from the missile salvo, Kai'Sa's at her most murderous when she's making good use of her autos. Her passive means each one hits extremely hard, and a consistent assault will drastically reduce the cooldown on Supercharger, so you can keep repositioning. Holy shit, this seems like my type of champ. Finally, an ADC that I actually enjoy, because a lot of the ADCs I feel like are super similar to each other, very generic in general. Sorry to all ADC mains out there, but the only really true unique ADC that I think is pretty great is Jhin, but I'm not a huge fan of Jhin in general because I don't like to attack slow. So, yeah. Okay, what's her skin? That's Pulse Fire. Oh, oof. Oof. That ass. Yeah, Pulse Fire looks like a great skin for her. Finally, a great release skin for a champion, because I've been hating the recent release skins. I don't like Kane's release skin. I don't like Kled's release skin. I don't like Ornn's release skin, although I hate Ornn in general, so fuck that champ. Zoe's is okay. I really just don't like Kled's and Kane's. But yeah, that's about it. I'll still have to wait for more details on Surrender at 20 with the new PvE patch, but overall, I'm actually pretty happy with this kit, and I might actually play her as my most played ADC. Probably not going to main her, but definitely a great champion that looks like a ton of fun to play. All those fucking examples of her just dashing in. Dude, I'm going to love her ultimate. I just can't wait to find out the cooldowns and the actual scalings on the abilities, and to actually try out the 2 different builds of going AP and AD and attack speed and all that shit. But maybe there'd be a way to reach the threshold on all the living weapon things by going like Ginsu's. Yeah, maybe Ginsu's would just unlock all of them. Who knows? Probably not, because that'd be very unbalanced. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. And if you liked this prediction type shit that I just did for this champion, I might do it for future champions and future reworks. Who knows? It was a lot of fun to do, even though a lot of my predictions were kind of inaccurate. But it was really fun to just think about how the champion is going to be and then actually see what the result is. So fun. Okay. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in another video. Bye.